Okay, the first thing I would do is deal with the trivet. You don't want any metal to metal contact anywhere. So for this, I would probably just use a couple sheets of newspaper to keep the edges from hitting metal to metal. And then I like using these old grocery bags or whatever because they're a nice cushion, and you can kind of pack them in however they're soft. But I would build it up a little bit on the bottom, not too much, but just a little bit to give it some cushion. And then set the trivet in on top of that, something like this. And then you can fold this newspaper in on top. You may just add a little cushion. You don't want any pressure on that trivet because they're very fragile. So remember, we're going to put the lid in upside down, so you'll have the handle and stuff. It'll be up off of here because of the noodle. You'll see in a minute. But you just don't want the handle to contact the. You want some cushion between the handle and the trivet. So we'll do this, and then you take the pool noodle and put a slice in it. Try to keep the slice as straight as possible. And then you take it and you just work it around the edge. Make sure it's seated well because you don't want this rolling off. You want to make sure it gets seated all the way on there really well. Get this out of the way for now. And just wrap it. And again, once you get it on there, see how this is kind of puckered up. Sometimes I put a little slice in it here if it doesn't want to lay on there very well. But I think this, if you just kind of roll on it, I generally put a towel or something down when I'm doing this too, just to have a soft surface to work on. You just want to kind of work it and tuck it. Like I said, you can put a little slice if you get a little pucker in it. You don't really want, ideally I would have made this pool noodle a little longer, but you get the picture. But ideally you don't want any exposed metal anywhere if you can help it. And sometimes you just kind of trim off the corner of the pool noodle a little bit to make it fit better. But you get the idea. It just makes sure that this is on there securely where it's not going to roll off, because that's really important. Then you'll take the lid and lay it. And what I do too, I kind of skip something here, is on, once I get that set where I want it, take a piece of tape and tape the ends really well so they don't come apart. Again, it's best if this goes all the way around. But just tape it really well so these ends won't come apart. And then you set this in here. And if you have a little room for more again, you want something with some give and something that's soft, just so that trivet won't rattle around in there. Then you get the lid set on there again. Make sure everything is not going to come loose on you. And then you take the wrap. For this, on that big one, you might want to have a helper and kind of help you, move the piece around as you wrap it. But you'll just want to wrap it real tight. And just keep wrapping and wrapping. Oops. Keep wrapping and wrapping in all directions, and just get that thing just snug as a bug in a rug where it can't move or anything. And you want to just wrap it in all directions. It's kind of, like I said, kind of hard without some help, but I'll just take it and I would highly suggest having a helper. But anyway, you get the idea. I would continue just wrapping and wrapping in all directions so that that thing cannot move at all. And then once you got that done, make sure everything's still secure and everything. Then you'll want to pack the bottom of the box with plenty of padding so that if something pokes through the bottom or something, it's not going to hit the iron. You can use styrofoam, or you can use packed newspaper or whatever. I usually lay extra pieces of cardboard in the bottom and along the sides just to give it an extra thickness. But you want to basically suspend this inside the box, so if something pokes through the sides, it's not going to ever reach iron. Sometimes I also will add some kind of newspaper or packing inside of here just so that this is a little more filled up. It's not a bad idea to do that. Gives it a little bit more support. But anyway, you get the idea. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, just give me a call. Thanks.